What's up? What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another session of Coffee and Martial Arts. Salute, salute, salute. Cheers. Oh, yes. And today we have a very, very special guest here. A Kenpo brother, great man, big heart, crazy Canadian. Yes, yes, indeed. He's a Kenpo brother. He's one that really helped me back in the days. When I went to Pasadena and lived there for a year. Um, Jeff Koloski, yes, he was the one that helped me out and let me live in his place for a while. And God knows I was a mess, so he was nice enough to let me live in his apartment for a while until he had enough of me and he kicked me out. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, great Kenpo man, loved by many, and low profiler, but he truly is a guy who should be recognized. And that's why I'm very honored and grateful to have him here on the show. What's up, brother? How you doing,
man? Yeah, good to see you. I'm so happy for your success. You're doing so great with this little project of yours, man. You're killing it.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't done much. It's all of you guys, who are nice enough to be a part of this and sharing your stories. And so I'm the lucky guy here because I get to see a lot of my friends and a lot of Kenpo personalities, and to be able to recognize all of you and to share your stories to the world, and do something for the art as well, who has given us so much. So it's all good, man.
Awesome. I think you caught it at the right time. It was just a great idea, and then you're just a fantastic host as well. And I got to thank you for the kind words on an introductory. I mean, you're saying you were the sloppy one. I was the sloppy one, man. You were cleaning up sometimes, and I super appreciate it. But it was we had such a great time in that little studio apartment just there in Pasadena. We were living a lifestyle trying to be Larry Tatum instructors, and it was a golden moment, man. All the friends we made there, Angela, the cast of the Kenpo guys, man. It was just a golden moment,
Yep. Those were definitely good times. I remember first sleeping at the studio, right, on the mats. We had our sleeping bags and we slept right behind the office because we were not supposed to stay there. I'm sorry, I'm losing you, my friend.
Yes, they couldn't see us. But yeah, I mean, that was like a rite of passage there.
Yeah, those were the times. Let's see, we already have comments here.
I noticed that.
Angela says, "Yay, Jeffy Pants." Damien Abbott said, "England is on board, cold beer in hand." What's up? Hey, Damien. Hey, Angela.
I've got a later, so there's no beer, just ubiquitous legacy coffee mug from Anthony.
Nice. Cheers, my friend. Maestro Larry Congaika says, "Koloski is a beast. Love you both. Thank you, sir." Yeah,
I really
we're losing you a little bit. Let's see. Cliff Seminario, love to see this. Jeff is a wealth of knowledge.
Yeah, well, wealth is can be determined anyways.
Well,
yeah, it'd be nice to see everybody from green screen.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my bars say I got a good stream here. I don't know what's my connection, but I don't know. Terrible all around, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know what the problem
the
is.
Pandemic's even got me. Pandemic,
cutting
it's
off
got the
a bit.
internet sick.
Okay, so we have a picture shared by Cliff.
Oh no! Oh no!
Cliffy Monster just sent
We were
that.
just talking about the Cliff Seminario story before we got started here.
Right. Let's hear that.
Okay,
There we go.
so we were in. I hope Cliff remembers this one time. I remember this one. It was really great. I thought it was hysterical. We were out to Las Vegas, the internationals there for the tournament, and yourself, myself, and Mr. James. And Mr. James Leonard had signed up as we were doing would be dummy up for Cliff for his self-defense. He was completing his self-defense routine. So we got to the show or the tournament, and lo and behold, they bumped up the event a little bit earlier. Mr. Leonard did not have his gi with him. He left it at the hotel, but he did have a super fast Fiero. So he got in his Fiero and he flew back to the hotel to try to get his gi in time.
Right.
But to no avail. We were stuck trying to put together a new routine for Cliff while this was going down. So you and me and Cliff went behind a wall at a convention center, and we whipped it up really fast. You and me were just flying. You and me were just flying at it, and Cliff was doing this thing, man. And so pulls it off. He wins the event. The thing was that cabaret was populated by one single instructor. A glorious guy I've heard likes to pluck his belt to make himself look like he had a rank, and it's by there. Just one of the not the great guys. We were all celebrating. We won, man. We put that together in 5 minutes, and we beat all of so and so's guys. And his guys coming over to congratulate us, and we over, and he's
Right.
That's one of my favorite stories about you guys.
I remember that tournament. We had a great time. Yes, I think we all competed there. It was the NASCA's national, U.S. nationals. I think, of course, it was an international event, but yeah, they made some points back in those days for that that league or whatever it was. We definitely had some amazing times, but I think we were always training.
Oh, man.
So I guess we were basically ready for it, So I mean, especially doing the self-defense stuff. I mean, we were doing that stuff, techniques and stuff, and every day at the studio, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, we could put something together like that. We knew each other that way, but that was part of the magic of living that lifestyle. We were just all trying to be the best we could be.
Right. Yeah.
Internet better?
A little bit. You get cut sometimes, but it's okay. We'll manage. Don't worry. This is the thing with the live podcast. Sometimes it gets to be like this, but it is what it is. I'm just grateful to be able to do this, and to be able to connect. This is just crazy technology, right?
Yeah, I mean, I hate this stupid pandemic thing. I think it's pushed some of this technology a little further down the road as well. It makes it more of a necessity.
Right.
I don't like teaching online.
Yeah, well,
you rather teach a couple of people.
You got to do it, right? Okay, let me share some more comments. Richard Matthews says, hello from Old Jersey. Hello, sir. Okay.
Hello.
Alex Mesa Garrido says, big hug, Maestro Kenpo Alex Mesa from Chile.
Thank you very much.
Wow. Kit.
There we go.
Picard says, ha ha ha. Hello.
Is she mocking me? She's mocking me.
Yeah, she probably is, yes. We had amazing times. One of the things that I always remember is those trips to was it the Alhambra area to go get Mingsum? What was it? What's it called? Is it Mingsum? I think, right? The lunch we go eat to this huge freaking restaurant and go there, and she will invite us home because
Spencer's.
Let's face it, we were just students, so we didn't have that much money. So she was so nice. She took us there, paid for our food. I don't think I ever said thank you enough to her. So thank you, kid. Really, those were amazing times. And that was amazing food. I mean, it was just phenomenal, you know. Dim sum, right? Dim sum. That's what it was.
Taking one out for some dim sum from time to time too.
Oh yeah, that was just
aloha.
Scott Higgins, aloha from Hawaii, senseis. Aloha, Maestro Supremo Higgins, the número uno. Yo, we always give each other, you know, a hard time with that. Fergus Kelly says, hi, guys. Are you there, Jeff?
Hello. I'm there. I'm here. Just getting in and out a bit, but I'm getting most of it.
Okay. Anthony Angulo says, good morning, gentlemen. Nice Kenpo shirt, Vanilla Gorilla. Let's see.
Thanks, buddy.
There you are.
Got to bring the Hawaiian shirt back. Forget about all this regular stuff. It's got to bring it back to fat old guys wearing Hawaiian shirts. Yeah, yay! Boys.
So, Damien sent this picture.
Oh yeah,
That's a
that
nice
was a good time.
I guess that was right after class, huh?
Yeah, that was. Sensei Don job doing a Kenpo camp every summer through SASTA through his place in North Hollywood there. Angelo, AJ, and Tony himself. That was at the place up the road where you get cider. Awesome. Great memories.
Nice.
Hopefully there's more.
Okay.
That would be a good time for you to come down, man. Donnie's been kind of killing that Kenpo camp. If he could work you in there, you'd have a great time, man. It's nothing but a blast.
Well, you know, it's been I was very busy before the pandemic thing. I was working with the police for the past almost 5 years at the academy here, at the state academy. And, you know, my schedule is just crazy. I will get up 4 o'clock in the morning, go start teaching at 5 a.m. and sometimes stay there until 5, 6, 7 in the evening, you know?
Yeah.
Lots of work,
man. It's a life to do that.
So, yeah. But now after, let's just hope that things go back to some type of normal.
Yeah, travel again. Really.
And I will definitely
last year of that
area.
Was that not working?
I'm still losing.
Yeah, I put on like 20 pounds. You know, I'm not working out as much. You know, I just and some people just don't want to get out as much.
Right. Well, actually, for me, it has been the opposite. I'm getting in shape. I have the time to train more. So, Cliffy says, "I remember that. Ha ha ha. We kicked ass. You did, my friend.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I remember that tournament.
Yeah, the pandemic thing, man. It's even here. It's hard to work out. A lot of people just don't want to do it. You know, we had that once a month garage monkey thing going on. That was working out. That seemed to then, you know, I was maybe I just need to take some time. I'm gonna try to get some vaccines myself too, and then I've been trying to start setting up myself for training at my house. It's
Right.
any business or lure anybody in at this time, you know. You know who I feel really bad for is all jiu-jitsu guys, because I mean that Kenpo is here, jiu-jitsu is here, you know? And that's for I'm really bad for everybody's owning a gym right now. It's just got to be hard to kind of go on. I mean, I really hope they do, but
Are you
let's
still
get over
training?
this pandemic for Pete's sake.
Jeff, are you still training jiu-jitsu?
Yep. No, you know what? I don't do jiu-jitsu anymore. I had a hip replacement 5 years ago now.
Okay.
So I kind of made a conscious decision to just kind of pick one over the other at that point. Always really liked jiu-jitsu, but at some point, can you do both? I mean, I've still got a full-time job, and I just like Kenpo a little bit better, so I just focus on Kenpo. I like jiu-jitsu, and I hate getting into all these kind of arguments about, well, jiu-jitsu is so much better, or, you know, Kenpo's got the answer, or what happens if you're laying down. You know what? It works for me, and I think the one that you're most confident in is what's going to work for you the best. So I love jiu-jitsu. You know, I was UFC, some of the other grappling matches. Just decided not to. When I had my hip replacement, I was just so happy I wasn't in so much pain anymore. And I don't want to exasperate the situation and get back to that point or have to have another replacement. So no more shits for Jeff.
Right. Yeah, I remember back in the days when we were in Pasadena, you guys would go. I think it was Thursday morning that you will go down to the Gracie Academy. You were training with Orion and Hoyce. Who was it?
Yeah, they were all there. Hoyce gave me my first blue belt, and that was that curriculum ended up sort of being organized like Kenpo after a while. When I went back like several. The first time I was with the Gracies was, Hoyce was there. I've got a great story about you know, you remember my stepson Casey. I used to take Casey with me Saturday mornings sometimes when I went. So this one particular Saturday morning, Casey is talking trash to Hoyce. Hoyce is kind of sitting down by the door frame, kind of like this, teaching a small class of us, just some doing a little bit of rolling, a little bit of sparring. And Casey's kind of bugging Hoyce, right? I see this from the corner of the room. I'm going, you know, this can't be. So lo and behold, at a certain point, Hoyce says, "Okay, everybody, now we stand up. We gonna spot stand up now." And okay, is this your dad again? Who's your dad? Casey's like, "It's Jeff. He's over there." I'm like, uh-oh. So Hoyce is coming over to me. Jeff, no, we gonna spot Jeff. So here's the story: is I got him. And Hoyce is, you know, he's a little bit taller than me, but you know, I'm got a little bit of beef on me, a little chunkier than the guy. So I did tripping arrow on Hoyce. He did not expect it. I got it over, wham, swept him. He didn't know. It went off flawlessly until he hit the ground, and then he took me with him, and that was it was game over. You know, like I said, I'm 210, 120 pounds. I'm got all kinds of strengths. I'm trying to wrestle the son of a gun off me. I don't know. And he's kind of rolling me over and still teaching the class. Like he put me in a position and locked me up. Hey, Bobby, put your foot over there, Bobby. Okay, then he rolled me over another way and I'd be flailing. He had me locked up. Henry, your foot's there. You got to put in better position, Henry. You know. So made me real humble that day. Made me real humble.
Nice.
I miss it. I mean, I wish I could go back to being 25 and have a great hip and have won the lottery, do jiu-jitsu and Kenpo all day long. You know, that would be the life. But, you know, life catches up, man.
Right. Kid says, love both of you guys. Thank you. Love you too. Love you all. Angela says dim sum. Yes.
Dim sum.
Yes, dim sum. Love it. Miss it. Yeah. Mr. Kennedy says, keep up the great work, Frank, by keeping Kenpo on Facebook. Thank you, sir. Yes, and I will invite you to the show soon, sir. Just as soon as I have an opening, I will love to. I will be very honored to have you here as a guest. Okay, Damien says, I sat by Jeff fire pit once while he dissected some of Long 8. It was at that moment I realized the depth of his understanding of the art. Just wish I could remember what
I wish I could remember what I said too.
You were probably
might have taken all. Like, I don't know. I can fake a lot of intellect well with the proper amount of lubrication, I guess.
Nice. Kid says, dim sum feast is our go-to. So glad to have shared that with you all, Karate Brothers. Thank you. Yeah. She also used to beat us up. Every time she was taking a lesson with Larry, we will dummy up for Kid and she will hit hard. I remember the nails in the face. Yep, tiger claws and all that. So we paid for that. No, that was all good. Thank you. Yeah.
She took that reputation over to the wallets. Yeah.
Yes.
There we go.
Mr. Serrano. What's up, Jeff?
Cool, Juan. Get Juan on here next too. There's a guy with stories for sure.
Oh yeah, great guy. He was at the studio right after I left. I think it was like 6 months after I went back to Mexico. That's when he got there, and he stayed there for many years, right?
Yeah. He spent a bunch of years there, and then he was in his own dojo for a little while. I try to get him out a lot too. I try to reach out to him as much as I can. Just enjoy the hell out of that guy. But with the pandemic thing, everybody's just being a little cool right now. I think I'm hoping something is starting to die out a little. I don't know. I'm not even going to talk about it. No freaking scientist. I want to get back to doing what I used to. Just like everybody.
Right. Okay. Vagelis Drosos says hello. Hello, all the way to Greece.
My new friend from Greece.
Okay. Anthony Angulo says, dim sum crazy stories. Ha ha ha. Yes. Yeah. Juan says, June 18, 1999, I came and said, I'm staying glad I did my Kenpo Brothers. Yeah, I left in the beginning of May. So he was there.
Sounds about right.
I left, actually. Wow.
He had essentially taken over my full-time position because I was
losing you, my friend. Are you there? Can you say that again?
What said? I think that sounds about right. When Juan was there, yeah, I think so. He had taken over. He was transitioning into my spot. I was getting out of time with Larry, and me and Juan talked about transitioning into that. That time seems to fit.
Right. Gotcha. Angela says Stevie wants to know why you are a lesbian.
Canadian. It's Canadian. Just because I like girls and there's an I-A-N-T, it's me as lesbian. Canadian.
Oh my God. I didn't remember that. Oh my God. That's so funny. Oh,
That's a
thank you,
long run.
Angela.
It's a long run. One of those is probably never gonna die. Just like the cup joke with Angela, me being lesbian is probably gonna be might be carved in a tombstone somewhere.
Oh, yes. Okay. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Kid says, remembering after the advanced class on Wednesday nights, what energy we shared. The best part was going out for a cold beer after the class. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Definitely a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Those were the times.
Going out to Gordon beer, yeah, good
Yep.
times.
Juan says, and dim sum was my introduction to real Chinese food, thanks to Kid and Jeff. Oh, and the Shui Mile, was it? Shui Mai?
Sorry, I missed that.
He said, Juan Serrano said, dim sum was my introduction to real Chinese food. Are you there? So for everyone who's watching, sorry about this, but we're having problems with Jeffrey connection. I hope you guys can see me well. Okay, so Maestro Frank Bigoriuk says, hey, Frank, big hug. Hello. Hello, Frank. Angela. Oh, okay. Okay, nice. Jeff, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there. It's just cutting out. How has my Kenpo evolved Green Street days? That's a really good question because I've got a great way to. I think a substantial way to explain it. At the Green Street location, Larry Tim had a full grasp of the full curriculum of Kenpo, all the forms right up to 8, and I think I got a really good exposure to all the material through Mr. Higgins, Larry Tatum, and all that stuff. When I left Green, I was there for 3 years. I left as a second black belt from Larry's, and I just went down the street to Walnut, and I ended up working out with Larry Kungaika and Frank Trejo. Right. So Frank Trejo had a perspective on every kind of does because of his perspective, his writing prowess and stuff like that. He didn't know, and he didn't have the complete grasp that Larry Tatum and LTKK did. So he focused on more. He taught me how to use it a little bit more, like sparring with my feet, a little more proactive with using a technique to enter into something. So I learned the art from Larry Tatum and LTKK, and Frank helped me perfect it or use it a little more. And further on later, when I kind of got associated over the last 10 years ago with Grandmaster Faria, he had yet another different take on it. Everybody's like, we're all in the same ballpark, but everybody has a different flavor on things. And again with he's got a full grasp of the system. They don't go too deep into endings. They don't know Form 7, 8, stuff like that, but the base of it. And Mr. Faria is good at what they call, it has been termed micro Kenpo. I guess the best way I can explain that is, like, listen, once you've learned the entire Kenpo curriculum, people tend to do one of two things. They want to add things into the curriculum, like boxing or judo, something that they're comfortable with, or they feel there's missing. Or other people, such as Mr. Faria, just go back into the system and see what was missing, or how not adding stuff, making things better, tightening things up, not doing different techniques, but maybe doing them a little differently, a little tighter. So he kind of really tightened me up that way with the system, and in and of my travel through the system, I've been through every curriculum, kind of trying to bring it back down to what counts, what matters in another system. So I hope that wasn't too wordy. I hope that was the description of where I've been with Kenpo since then.
Right. Nice. So you worked out with with different senior masters, right? Mr. Tatum, Mr. Trejo, Mr. Furuya, and you know, the only one I don't know about, I never took a lesson from out of those three was Mr. Furuya. I've only seen, there are very few videos of him back in the day.
Yeah.
He was younger,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and he moves very impressively. He moves fast, right?
He was amazing. He was amazing. Mr. Furia has been under Mr. Parker at the studio since 1964. He did 2 tours of Vietnam. He then came back and was back and active in the studio teaching. And he didn't really leave. He just hung around Mr. Parker and the old boys, that affectionate to the guys that were there, that Friday night lines every night, and just see what Mr. Parker did and to kind of absorb some of that. It wasn't so much about what Mr. Parker had written as far as Mr. Free was concerned, or it was his senior was Huck Finn. He knew all those guys coming through. Him and Frank were very, very close. So I guess I'm emulating him a little bit and sort of say I'm one of the underground guys. I got a day job. I want to pay my bills. I don't want to have to struggle teaching kids or struggle with the students. It never appealed to me. So he's always had a job and stayed for the radar and just kind of. It's been kind of that the guys that when Mr. was out down quality control on the studio. To my understanding, Parker would take off a lot of time to go to with or set up a studio with seminars or something like that. And he'd leave it mostly to Yosh and some of the guys to do the quality control and kind of keep things on an even plane at that studio being the headquarters. So he was, you have to kind of find him. He's a hidden gem in my term, or my perspective.
Right. Okay.
Oh my God.
I didn't get the last part. Are you there? You listening, man?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Well, I didn't get the last part of what you said. Sorry about that.
Last part of where did I leave off? I really enjoyed all my time with Mr. Faria. He's in my opinion.
I think that was it. Okay.
No.
Let's see.
I mentioned him about being kind of the hidden gem of Kenpo, and that you sort of have to find him. And he's not really put himself out there. He always kind of placed himself at the Parker studio and just kind of kept to himself that way.
Okay.
When caught the part about when Mr. Parker wasn't there.
Right.
And when Mr. Parker was off, they're doing stuff. Mr. Free and some of the other guys were there doing quality control to, main things. Mr. Free had kind of got a reputation that way as being kind of the quality control guys there. I've always said he's a hidden gem at Kenpo. He doesn't put himself out there. You stumble across him or you hear about him, and then you go and see him, and he does some opening things. Nothing. Like I said, he's not changing stuff, but he'll show you some stuff about short form 1. That's for sure.
Wow, interesting. Okay, so in your evolution of Kenpo, we definitely learned the system fast. I mean, 99, you already had the complete curriculum, right? But then,
right.
What do you think, for example, I mean, being exposed to these fine Kenpo masters, they all know the curriculum, but then they go beyond it, right? What does, for example, Mr. Furuya would focus on besides or beyond or transcending the curriculum, right? I mean, I understand the techniques and the forms are important. Yes. Was that?
He had a formula for basically what ties his Kenpo together are, if he's involved in anything, it's the ability to do Kenpo and not have to change too many things. And in and of his definition of Kenpo, or a formula he's come up with Kenpo, is a triad of motion that should be applied to each technique. In and of that, we've all known energy gravity, 5 swords, you're settling, right? When you're moving forward, that's linear momentum as well. If you're moving forward as one whole unit, you've got your backup mass behind you. His thing that he really focused on, the third part of that triad is torque. A lot of people, when they're stepping, and it really comes down to like hitting that forward or just regular bow stance so that you can align your hips and shoulders with a technique or such. If I'm going forward, I just don't want, I want to go, ha! And kind of drop as I do things. My upper carriage just doesn't move. And a lot of times when I see some other people doing Kenpo really fast, for example, you'll see their feet hit that. It'll be more of a slappy tendency than a lot of penetration. And I think that was one of the things that he tends to highlight the most, because with this triad of motion that he likes to describe, you can take that over to boxing. You can take that over to kickboxing. You can take it over to striking arts as well. That's kind of his focus on Kenpo. It hasn't really added or changed how short form 3 is, but we're trying to those techniques. He said, every time you're trying to do a technique, you should be trying to a certain ratio of that triad be present. It might be 10% of one part, 40% of the other, 50% of the other, but all kind of come together that way. That's in and of mind, that's what he tries to focus on. So it's not like slapping on a bunch of extra techniques, changing things. It's just making everything tight. Snappy.
Nice. Okay, let's bring out some more comments here. Juan says, was South Park at Angela's or McCormick's and Schmidt's? Ha! Okay. Catherine Letter Sumter Guro says, hello, Master Frank and Professor Jeff. Cheers from the Pacific Northwest.
Cheers! Cheers!
Maestro Bigoriuk says, regards, Mr. Koloski.
And regards.
Yeah. Catherine says,
look that man a handful of times.
What's that? Sorry.
All I was saying about Mr. Vigo, I think I will once or twice briefly, but I'm hoping to spend some more time with him in the future. I think.
Nice. Good man. Yes, a good Kempoist too. Catherine says, love dim sum. The Shui Mai is a favorite. Nice.
It's all over once you get that dim sum, Jones.
Fergus Kelly, technology is great when it works. Yes, agree. Sometimes it doesn't work that well, but it is what it is. Sorry about that. Angela, I can eat my weight in Shu Mai. Ha ha ha, it's so good. Nice. Maestro Serrano, keep up the awesome work, Frank. Juan, you're definitely going to be asked to be in the podcast, my friend. You're one of the Kenpo guys I would like to have here and interview you and stuff. You got all my respect and admiration.
Yeah.
Juan is one of the solid Kenpo guys out there for sure, of the new generation of maestros. Okay. Angela says, we had some amazing Canadian Kenpoists come through the studio. Love you all and glad to call you all family. Yeah, one of them was Big Mike. Have you heard of Big Mike lately?
What?
What's that?
I think you're asking about those guys, and so I'll just go ahead and answer. Michael Bagwell, occasionally I hear from him. He's like the great white Kenpo shark. He just comes up for air once in a while. Sometimes I think he's like Sasquatch, he just disappears out in the wild and you don't see him. You just hear these things. But apparently he's running a Kenpo studio in Guadalajara, right? He did a seminar there with him. I think that's still his tact, and I think he's spending time in Canada still. I think he split time. Sadly, there's not really any Kenpo in Winnipeg anymore, where we came from. Family came in between. Another guy got into some other martial arts. A lot of the guys fell into jiu-jitsu, so they were kind of doing that. They just, I think they felt it was really hard to stay connected to Larry Tim or some of the other people here in California because it was very expensive for them to do so, and they were just seemed to be isolated from a lot of the other people. It wasn't very easy for them to go to Toronto or there was anybody really on the West Coast that was close that they could really associate with. So they did the best they could. Kevin's still in it, and some of the guys are still trying. But Kevin's still in it, and Chris moved to Montana, and I think he's doing a hybrid Kenpo jiu-jitsu thing. But yeah, they're still around. I hope the best for them, I keep meaning to get back there. Them hampered me this year, but no, I don't know. Hope for them.
Nice.
Yeah.
Raul Roque Montenegro salutes from Cuba. Great.
Cuba, wow, that's awesome.
What's that?
Gracias for listening.
Great.
Thanks for listening. That's Cuba. That's awesome. Thanks for listening.
James Leonard says, just got here. What did I miss? Hello, my Kenpo brothers.
Missed a story. There's a great story about James and his Fiero going to that same seminar. Our tournament.
Well, I have one of the stories I remember about James was that day that Mr. Tatum brought us all to the office and gave us a big lecture about what we shouldn't do or should do when we were teaching. And, James and Cliff were so upset. I was just quiet in the back because that lecture has given to me before, like a couple of weeks before that. So I knew what was going on. So I was just quiet, I think James was one of the good Kenpo guys. He's actually going to be here in the show next week. We're going to have Cliff Seminario on Tuesday, and James is coming in on Thursday, and they get to share their Kenpo stories and stuff. So I'm just very grateful to be able to have all of you here sharing your knowledge and wisdom and experiences and all that. Are you still there?
I'm here. So just cut in and out. I don't want to talk over you too much.
Okay. Anthony Angulo.
Yeah, James is really funny. Micro timing. That's the other Yoshio terminology. Micro time. It sort of refers to. I don't even know how to explain it. I'm bigger on his triad. Micro time is trying to stay within the pocket, I guess. Don't. How many things can you do? This free has a statement about when you're doing a certain move. There should be one serving per customer. If I hit and my foot should be turning at the same time. So every time my foot moves, I should be kind of rotating into it some way. I'm doing 5 swords. Maybe I can hit twice because I'm rotating from this into that.
Right.
So instead of one serving per customer as I turn, I've got 2 servings per customer. Right. So I'm kind of tightening that timing. So that's my.
Nice.
I hope that was a really simple enough. Yeah, that makes sense. Good. Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. Nice. Nice. Okay. Damien, tell Kid that one day we will do that duet together.
Yeah. Yeah, big guy. We got a nice piano there. Damien was really enamored with. Came and visited. Got a back house now. It's kind of like a guest house. We should have you start sometime, Frank. I've had a couple of people through so far. Lorenzo Jimenez, Scott Gonzalez. Damien's welcome to stay there. Canadian's been there. Just trying to keep the flame burning. I'm going to build a little facility here at my house to just continue doing private lessons. I think going to studios is just going to be harder. And I just, have room to do it. So I want to be kind of a little weekend destination or some kind of camp for Camp West at some point.
Nice. Count me in.
Yeah, come on down, man. Come on down. I try to be as good a host and ambassador for the art here as I can be. Anytime somebody wants to come down, and I like going all over. I think still one of the best things about Los Angeles is just being here in the density of Kenpo. I keep to myself because I was a spoiled Kenpo brat. I had Larry Tatum and Frank Trejo and Yosh Faria, and I got a lot of time with Fukaika and all the IKK materials. I got everything, but there's just so much good Kenpo here beyond that. There's Brian Hawkins, Muhammad Taba today is around. There's just options on options. I personally like the 5.0 stuff. I check in on them from time to time to see what they're doing. I think I like just the art of Kenpo myself, but if you're going to throw some sport fighting into that, I think they've been doing a really good job. But I do keep to myself, but I'm not like stuck in a little town with nobody. I just from time to time I'll bust out and go to some seminars or whoever else I can go to. Donnie Code is very generous going there. Mark Arnold is a great student. Eagle Rock. There's just options and options and options, and that's why I haven't opened up a studio for myself. Is because I don't want to step on anybody's toes. At my old house, if I wanted to open up a studio, Tommy Chavies was just down the street from me. I don't think he would have been very pleased about that. So and then it's LA. It's expensive to open up a studio here.
Right.
But anyway, I'm grateful for those options and being able to go and train there, so that I don't have to open up a studio. But just super happy to be here. And I still sort of think, and it might be a little arrogant, but I think that Los Angeles is still kind of the center for Kenpo. It's just because of its density.
Nice. Okay. Jeff has always felt so blessed to train and learn with Grandmaster Joshua Furuya. I took a lesson with Master Furuya, and it was like a deconstruction of all moves and techniques. Very humbling. Nice.
That's basically the way it goes. It kind of deconstructs you.
Nice. Todd Johnson says, great show for Kenpo practitioners. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson.
Lorenzo Jimenez says, hello, my friend.
Hello. I like that guy.
He wants to know, he wants me to ask you, how is Mr. Joshua doing?
Mr. Free is doing really good. He's recently retired to Flagstaff. So he's trying to... He's actually in Folsom, staying with a family member, and they're building him a house in Flagstaff, and it's just about done. Last time I talked to him about a week ago, and he stayed busy. He'd been training one of his sons, and he's trying to find. He doesn't want to open up a studio either, but he's looking for a place to work out a little bit in Flagstaff. So. But he's doing good.
Maestro Lorenzo, a usted también lo voy a invitar. Saludos. Look at this. Wow.
Yeah,
Michael
there
Bagwell,
we go.
hey
The
there.
Kenpo shark resurfaced. Hey, man, I hope you're doing well, Mike. I hope you're really doing well. Give me a call.
Mike,
Come on down.
Mike, Maestro
Cheers to you,
Bagwell,
friend.
Big Mike. I want you here in the podcast, my friend. You got to be here. I want to interview you. Please, please, don't get
Yeah.
lost for another year or so. Come on. They say he says Nottingwood back in Canada, still
Back in
training.
Canada. There you go.
We'd love to get down and do a fifth test. Yes, man. Yes. You should be wearing like a Nate. But oh wow.
Yeah, you should be wearing more. Yeah,
Yeah,
for
definitely.
sure.
Well, Cheers brothers
All
gotta
right,
go. Oh
all right,
man.
amigo. You have a good one. See you, Lester.
Okay. Michael Bagwell is less says there we go. Richard Matthews says the connection isn't great, but the content is some good for thought, some food for thought. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Sorry about
We
the
can
connection.
always do this with a better connection.
Yeah. Kid says, sure, Damien, pick your piece. Wow. Wow. Most importantly, we're going to have more dim sum feasts. I'm up for that too. Please count me in. I'm going. Damon says, Skit, I'll get on it with my dad's help. Yes. Kid says, Lorenzo was her first guest in the guest house. Bello Lorenzo. Nice. Nice. Lorenzo says, always thanks so much for your hospitality. Great. Well,
yeah, Lorenzo is doing really good. I guess he just had the other guy. I should actually mention who's sort of like Mr. Freya, Grandmaster Dave Mena. Another hidden gem of people that you don't see a lot. I guess some of the older guys, more seasoned guys know of him, but Mr. Jimenez and Mr. Menifee have been doing some video seminars for May. I think Mr. Menifee was supposed to even go this summer, but the pandemic thing. There's another guy you should watch out for with amazing amount of experience, and he's got some really great insight. To finish up Master Higgins' question about where I've gone with Kenpo, I'm still. Mr. Freya is kind of retired over to Flagstaff, and I stay in touch with it to kind of stay on my toes. I try to get with Mr. Menifee, and he's the deep end of Kenpo too. He's pro kickboxer. If your hands aren't in, you're going to get it in the face.
Nice. Well, anything you want to add, Jeff? We're almost out of time. I am very sorry.
I was just thinking when I saw Lorenzo there, I wanted to reach out to Mr. Menifee, at least to him, and I should always mention my other little there, my partner in crime, Anthony Angulo. You had him on before, and he's just such a wonderful individual too. He's out there trying to set up a studio for himself. So anybody else is concerned taking some lessons, I'm going to try to open up myself a little bit more. But I know Anthony's out there trying to build himself up a bit more too, and get himself a little bit more established. He's pretty established. But yeah, Legacy Kenpo guys. Legacy Kenpo. Check him out. Other than that, man, I appreciate you. Thank you for having me on, and this Scottish martial arts thing is really taken up with you, and I try to follow up on a lot of interviews. I got to start learning tabla a little bit more, so I can catch everything. Man, good for you, man. Good for you. I hope there's a continued success for you.
Lorenzo says, Frank says, Jeff is one of the best Kenpoists I have ever seen. And the best part of all, it's the most important thing is that you are a good person, my friend. That's what Maestro Jimenez says. Did you get it?
Cool. I agree.
So, thank you, Lorenzo. Gracias. Gracias, maestro. Luego lo voy a contactar para invitarlo al programa. Scott Higgins says, Jeff, you share any of your own discoveries in Kenpo?
My own discoveries?
Yes, sir.
I think I've come up with a little stuff for myself, and I think that one of the most important things about Kenpo is that you have to learn to graft. Because everybody, teach people a technique, they get a technique goes, but it's supposed to be a framework of for you to flesh out. It's supposed to be a skeleton for you to flesh out. Now I've started to find out that grafting, don't worry about ending. Do the techniques orange through purple, blue, the first 3 moves, and see what you can do with the first 3 moves on everything. That's been lately my biggest thing about grafting, is that you just stick to the first 3 moves of everything. It makes it super easy and graftable. You don't have to worry about learning a technique to row, and the more you're comfortable grafting, you'll find where you can go to the next one that's in the moment that seems to fit, where maybe the technique that you were taught doesn't fit. So I'm kind of going big on grafting these days, and I think that the first 3 moves of most of the techniques are where the magic is.
Nice. Good advice. So stick to the first 3 moves and graft, right?
Yeah. See what you can do with the first 3 moves.
So
then graft the next 3 moves. Don't worry about. Yeah.
So let's say we got the 5 swords.
If you do like destructive twins, it's kind of here, but you can go to reversing mace, but then you can go crossing talon in a second. And that's really kind of the first 2 moves. Just don't try to do too much. Don't try to put 2 whole techniques together. You can break them apart. And then go to crossing talon. Destructive twins, reversing mace to break the grip, and then you're set up for a crossing talon right there.
Nice.
That's the stuff that interests me. Yeah.
That's very nice. Good. Thank you for sharing. Amazing. Thank you for asking, Mr. Scott Higgins, Maestro Supremo. Well, buddy, my brother, I don't believe I've ever said thank you for what you did for me back in those days, back in the 90s, for helping me out. You were of big help. I have always seen you as my older brother, and I'm very happy to be able to do this. Let's hope you get a better connection, and we'll bring you back in for another one. How's that?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do another one. We'll have a good time. Let's get the electronics here figured out, and then we'll riff again. I so appreciate it, man, and I miss you a lot, man. And I'm super happy for your success.
Thank you. And your 2 are invited to Mi Casa Su Casa here in Hermosillo, Mexico. You're always welcome to come here. We have space as well. So
thank you.
And I have, right now I'm at home. So
I want to.
What's that?
Things get easier. I'll try to make it a point to do something like that. I kind of want to travel a little bit more as I'm getting older.
Yeah, we're not getting any younger. That's
my brother. Good one. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Excellent stuff. Yeah. Stan Hadfield says excellent stuff. Thank you. Well, thank you very much, my friend. I hope to see you back here soon. And you take care. My regards to the familia. Blessings to you all.
Thank you.
Kid says next time training together. Yeah. Okay, man. Thank you. Okay, to everybody, let's just tomorrow we have our section of purpose of traditional Japanese etiquette on the show. Okay, don't miss that. We'll be here. So tomorrow at same time. And next week we're gonna have Cliff Seminario. Cliff Seminario is coming in on Tuesday, and also we're gonna have James Lenner all the way from Dublin on Thursday. So I'll see you out here. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you all for your comments. Damien, hello, sir. Take care. Thank you. Mr. Lorenzo Jiménez, saludos, mi hermano. Espero poderlo invitar al show y si quiere, ojalá y acepte. Gracias por ver y estar aquí. Richard Matthews, thank you. And thank you all. You have a great day. Take care and bye-bye.